So let's go ahead and warm up. Let's go ahead, let's do some twisting punches here to start out with. Get the spine warmed up. Let's go one hand overhead. Kind of feel that almost into that side stretch as you reach up completely in that shoulder joint. A couple things at once. And then let's do some push pulls in front. So pushing out with that chest and pull it down and back with the shoulders and back. Let's move through a few windmills. All right, butt kicks. Kind of moving through at your own here. I feel a little sore, so I'm just gonna kind of shake things out. All right, let's come into some high knees next. Bring those knees up to the chest. Okay, let's come in to do some bodyweight squats here before we start off with squats with some weight, okay? Moving through here, hip width apart a little bit, toes can be pointed if they need to be, hinging at those hips, coming down. Maybe you're only doing a half squat right now, you're still trying to warm up, that's fine. Or maybe you're able to come down all the way, making sure you're supported in our core, right? So we want to be able to see what's in front of us as we squat down. So it's almost like you're bracing your core, like someone's gonna punch you right in the stomach. Let's just do one more. Okay, and break. All right. One more thing I do want to do with you guys here. So we're gonna come on the floor. So one foot's gonna be on the floor, and if you can, if you're comfortable, I don't know if you guys are on your knees here, we're gonna try doing a combat stretch. So I like to do this one a lot before we do squats. It's gonna light up, hopefully, the front part of this, okay? And it actually, that ankle mobility comes into play a lot when we do squats. So when we're doing this, we wanna bring up the toes, then we're gonna push the knee forward over the toes. You're gonna hold for about 5 seconds or so. Okay, you're pulling those toes actively up towards the shin. Then you're gonna kind of relax back. Let the toes down, let that relax. We're gonna do it 2 more times. Okay, pushing the knee over the toe, pulling those toes up towards the shin. We wanna feel this front part here light up. Good, and relax. 1 more time. Keeping that heel on the floor. We're trying to pull up the toes. Good, and relax. Okay, we're gonna flip flop. All right, same thing, 3 more times. So pushing that knee over toes and pulling those toes up. Good, and you can relax. And when you're ready, pushing over, pull those toes up, light this up. Good, relax, 1 more time. There you go. Pushing over, pulling up, up, up. Good, and relax. As you come up, you should hopefully feel the top part of this. Hopefully woke up a little bit. Okay, so what that's gonna do, it's gonna be able, if we're doing that a lot more frequently, that's something you can practice on your own. As we come down, it's gonna help us be supported here. You know, a lot of us when we squat down, our heels like to come up, you know. So when we're coming down, this is gonna help support here so we have more muscles here. We don't use those muscles hardly ever if you think about it. We always use everything back here. So that's gonna help. Okay. All right, so squats. You can use 1 weight, 2 weights, doesn't matter, all right? We're gonna do some front squats. So however you need to hold the weight in front of you, great. Okay, so we're gonna hinge back at the hips, coming down 8 to 12 repetitions, counting on your own, okay? Some of you might go quicker, some of you might go faster. And making sure those knees are supported. How are you feeling? That low back feel okay? Those feet planted? Are we feeling the squeeze in our glutes? When you finished,
said 12, right?
Yep, 8 to 12. All right, good. Okay, next we're gonna do an overhead press. All right, so saying what weight you need. Yeah. So overhead press, this is gonna work our shoulders, our upper body, arms, back, all of the above, okay? So again, you wanna make sure your core is supported. We don't wanna back bend, you know, we've been working on that, I know, in class already before. But sucking in kind of the navel to the spine like someone's gonna punch you, and then we're gonna go ahead and start, ready? Okay, 8 to 12 reps. Checking in with that low back. Are we coming like this? If so, maybe we have too much weight, or we just need to, again, engage that core. Good work. How'd that weight feel, Brenda?
At the end, I think like I said, I could have went a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
but I slowed it down because at the beginning it seemed too easy.
Easy. Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
is
you'll
that,
eventually learn, like, oh, I know this exercise I can do a little bit more or a little bit less. You know, it just
Okay.
depends. So
All
you'll
right.
learn over time. But yeah,
All
feel
right.
free if you need to. I think you had 8s there. There's another pair of 10s if you need that for the next one. Next time we go through with those. Okay. All right. Next, we're gonna work on deadlifts. Okay, dumbbell deadlifts. All right. So hinging those hips, nice straight spine, right? That's a big thing. Nice straight spine. Hinging those hips back. We want to send those hips back like if there's a wall behind us. We want to tap that wall with our butt. Okay. When you're ready, 8 to 12. Coming down, knees can bend a little bit as you come down, and you squeeze up all the way. Making sure you're standing up all the way because it's really going to engage those hips forward, which is what we're working on. You're always breathing. When you're done, you can take a quick rest. Alright, so what we want to do when we're doing a deadlift, you want to be able to still kind of see what's in front of you, okay? So we still, yep, that's gonna help. And then you want to try to pin the shoulder blades to your spine, like a row. You know what I'm saying? So instead of getting this curve here,
yeah.
you want to kind of squeeze the shoulder blades back as you come up. Imagine,
Oh,
I don't have
I
the
can
dowel over
feel
here.
it.
Can you? Yep.
Yeah, when you told me the different ways and what I was
Uh-huh.
doing, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's the deadlift is going to engage the glutes, hamstrings. It is going to get a little bit of back. The majority of work should be done with the glutes for sure. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next, rows. Traditional rows. Let's go ahead and do one at a time. So we can kind of use our own knee here as the bent over row, kicking back that leg that your weight is on. So Brenda, you'll want to kick back the opposite leg. And you can use your left hand. Yep, there you go, to support, okay? And we're coming down here, we're squeezing our shoulder to our spine, feel that squeeze in between. A little bit of resistance on that way down. 8 to 12 reps. When you're done with your one side, you can switch. You really want to feel that squeeze, really trying to squeeze that spine, the shoulder blade to the spine. Good, making sure we breathe again, always feeling that squeeze. Maybe noticing one side stronger than the other. Okay. Next, curls. Traditional bicep curls. Hitting all the main areas today. You can always change it up next time.
Totally out of my realm.
Right.
What we're doing.
Well, the first time through is always going to be like, okay, I know next time I need to up my weight with this, or I need to lower my weight. So you'll kind of get a feel for it. All right, we can do both at the same time as long as we're not using our back, right? Or we're not swinging. We don't want to swing. Okay, so elbows are stationary to our sides. When you're ready, 8 to 12. Again, this is one that feels easy. Slowing it down on the way down, a little bit faster on the way up. All right, then we're to the floor with your weights. We're gonna do a lying chest press. All right, so coming to our back here. And you can bend the knees up if you want, or if you want them down, doesn't matter. So we're coming into that chest press here, okay? So elbows are a little bit out to our sides, okay? You guys can see me. Okay, we're just pressing over our chest, right? Making sure we're not going over our head, making sure we're over that chest, and the arms come out a little bit wider. 8 to 12. And to really engage that chest, what you want to do is try to make sure the shoulder blades are on the floor the entire time. We don't want to push through, like we're reaching towards the ceiling. We want those shoulder blades to sit in the socket. That's going to engage that chest a little bit more. When you're done with your 8 to 12, you can just take a rest. Yeah, Brenda, it looks like you can definitely go up weight next time with that.
I just don't know what I'm doing.
I know, you're good. I just wanted to point that out to you.
But
Just so
I
you're
think
prepared.
every one of them I can go up.
Well, then yeah, do it.
I don't think
I would
there's-
rather you. Well, I want to make sure you have good form. I'd rather you
Right.
have a little bit heavier and maybe only get your 8 reps. That's why we
Okay.
had that range, 8 to 12.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
yep. All right, we're gonna finish reverse crunch. Okay. So making sure that low back is on the floor. We want to feel that low back first before we start. And you can do this with just body weight, or if you want to weight in between your legs, great. Then we're just lowering the feet to the floor, making sure those knees stay bent. We don't want to feel a lot of pressure in our hip flexors, top part of the leg. Want to feel that squeeze in those low abdominals, okay? Come right down to it almost touches, or you can make this your own. Maybe you're not able to come down that far, and that's totally fine. And since this is our only core work, if you want to try for 15 really good slow reps, go for it. Or if you just feel like 12 really slow ones is enough, great. Feeling that squeeze. Alright, this is where we're going to take a break. You can grab a drink if you want, walk in place if you want, do whatever you want here on your break.
One day I cleaned all of my entire cupboards in my kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
I had to go up, down, up, down. Then I had to start thinking, golly, I've got my up, down steps in. And then Jill and I tried to do, the kids are going into gymnastics, so they were showing them what they were doing. Well, you know, you can jump up and like into that, and I thought, well, yeah, I've done it over there in those things. I got really scared because I jumped up, I missed why I had gotten the couch, but then went back down and lost my and I went flat on my back.
Oh,
I just laid there. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to do. It took a week before my back. I could barely walk.
That's the biggest thing with any jump stuff. You want to be very, very careful. And
I-
usually jump stuff is, you want to do that with more of like an athletic training, so you want to be very careful.
I won't do it
Yeah,
again.
yeah. It's something you want to kind of build up towards.
I just.
I would psych myself out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
You know, we're doing all that, and and I know that the little ones are 3 years old and 5 years
Mhm.
old,
Mhm.
And I thought, oh, and they go, Grandma, you could do that, and I'm thinking, oh, it's not. I mean, the couch was like that, but I was just going and I did my stretches and exercise and that, and just said, I think you've been going to exercise. No.
Yeah, we have been doing a lot of
No.
that. There's a reason for that.
Oh my Lord.
All right.
It was bad.
Squats. All right. Adjusting your weight if you want to, whatever you want to do.
Try.
We're probably just gonna go. We just have time for one more time through. Every other time we're gonna try for 2 to 4 times through. I know I've been talking a lot today. I figure it's gonna take a little bit longer, but so last time through. So really making sure you feel that squeeze, maybe upping your weight if you need to. All right. 8 to 12 when you're ready. Coming down, squeezing up with those glutes. When you hit your number, take a breath. Okay. And get ready for overhead arm presses next. That's a hard one.
I don't want to stretch out.
I would encourage you to try the 10s. And if you can get 8s, and I'll kind of take a look at your form and see
Okay.
if it maybe needs to be adjusted, okay? All right, when you're ready. Just making sure you have that supported core, right? So bracing your stomach like someone's gonna punch you.
Okay.
If you can just get your 8, great. If you have to stop short, that's fine too, as long as you kind of know your body. Look at you.
I'm gonna try to do 12.
Look at you. Good.
One more.
Yep, and that looked about perfect. Those last 2, I can tell you were struggling a little bit. The form wanted to break. So that's about your indicator, but that was good.
But
That was
if I
good.
suck in my stomach, I don't know about you guys, but it's easier to lift if you really concentrate on my stomach sucking in.
Oh, really?
Is it kind
Usually
of-
it's opposite. Usually, like but it doesn't make it easier. It just helps with the form
Well, yes. I mean,
So.
it just makes me think
Yeah.
more of.
of the squeeze. Yeah. Okay. Deadlifts are next. All right. Hit the hamstrings, glutes, low back, and upper back. Keeping that spine nice and straight. Bending those knees about halfway down. This is a regular deadlift. We don't want to do a straight leg deadlift today. We will
Keep
get
your
to those.
eyes to the front.
Yep. And keep those shoulder blades pinned. Hinge those hips back, and then you squeeze them forward. Good.
Oh, lost count.
That happens.
One.
Quick breath. Deciding what we want to do. We're going to do rows. One arm, one
Where's it?
side at a time. Yep, perfect. All right. When you're ready, feel that squeeze between those shoulders. It's a great exercise to help with posture throughout the day. We want to have a strong back. These muscles are tight, but usually because they're weak. So we want to strengthen those. breathing, feeling that squeeze. Taking a breath, deciding what we want to do with curls. Bicep curls are next. 8 to 12 here. When you're ready. You start to feel that swing in your low back and your arms. That's kind of your indicator. You might be getting a little bit too heavy, or you might need to kind of focus on, again, embracing that core.
Until I have to will my left arm
Yeah.
up at the same time.
Right. Doesn't want to go.
No. I wasn't for sure if those were the.
Or you're rocking it. You guys are doing good. I'm gonna have to get some probably more weights maybe if I can find them. That's good though. It's a good problem. I want us to up our weight. Okay. Lying chest press. Okay. When you're ready, 8 to 12, right over that chest. All right. Keeping those shoulder blades on the floor. We don't want to press up like this. We want those to sit into those shoulder blades. Down so the elbows almost hit the floor. Then we're coming right back up over that chest. Feel the squeeze in those pec muscles. Good. Last thing, then we're gonna be done. So reverse crunches, all right? When you're ready. Trying to bring those heels down, almost. We want to feel a squeeze in the core. We're making sure we don't want to feel a lot of pressure, again, in that hip flexor, half of those legs. We want to feel the squeeze in the low abdominals. You come right back up. Option to put a weight in between your knees if you want. And if you need a little bit extra, try to imagine as you lower down, you want to try to press that low back into the floor. That's going to make it even more difficult. You're going to feel more of that pull in the core. Woo, give me that change and I'm shaking now.
Yes, it does.
So just little incremental adjustments can make it harder or easier. Nice work.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
If I was gonna go somewhere on Monday, so if I find some weights, or do you have certain kinds?
I would want somewhere between 10s and 15s probably.
Okay.
So whether that's 10, 12s, 15s. Usually you can't find like 11s or 13s or anything.
Do you want
It's-
these back on the other side?
Yeah, maybe if you
I
want,
was
that'd
gonna
be
say,
good.
I don't wear these at.
Those are 10. Are those 10s?
Yes.
I think those stay over here actually.
Okay.
I had 2 pairs over here because I still have 2 pairs on the other side. So,
Okay. But I thought,
and the
well,
15s can stay over here too. So I haven't learned.
we might be going. Is there a certain price that you want us?
Well, they're all pretty expensive right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
okay.
weights right now.
Like, how much is expensive that I would spend?
It's hard knowing. I'm trying to remember honestly, because I bought these a lot as sets, but typically like the heavier they get, the more expensive they are. But I definitely like $1 per pound is kind of what I like to do. But usually, like once you get to the tens, it's gonna end up being more than that.
Okay, all
I
right.
don't know if that makes sense, but
I think that, cause I bought,
Cause
like
I,
sevens at Dollar General, or I bought fives, I can't remember, but it's like $5 or $7, I think, a piece.
well, then I went out to Dollar General, there was 1 7. Well, how can you do one?
Yeah, they were sevens that I got, yeah.
yeah,
I think I could do 10s.
you can definitely do tens.
The-
There might be a few, like, shoulder
end,
exercises you
like
might have some
this
issues,
one up here, when I got to be about 9 of them, I thought, no, you can keep on going. I mean, then
Yeah.
I was like shaking,
Yeah.
but at least I could do it in 10. I
But
didn't
hopefully it
think I
feels
could.
good to get a little bit.
Yeah,
should
it
feel
was.
good.
It felt.
Yeah.
It felt good. I liked it today.
Let's do a little stretching here. Just do some forward fold if you guys have time.
Yeah, and really, once we get going, that last time only took about 5
Yeah.
Oh,
minutes.
it
to
did,
get
yeah,
through.
yeah.
I
The
was-
first time always takes longer.
Yeah.
Just because you're introducing and you're kind of feeling. Let's go ahead and do a side stretch here. Yeah, that's why I think we there's gonna be some days we're not gonna have any issue getting to 4. Let's do a wide forward fold. Legs are out wide.
Yeah,
Reach.
first day back wasn't so bad, just
No,
I was definitely shaking
Yep.
through some of them.
Yep.
yes, I was too. It was felt good.
Good. Go ahead, add in a twist if you want here. So reaching one hand up. And you can switch. Good. Back. Squeeze those glutes, bend those knees as you stand up. Let's just do some arm crossovers. Gonna have to do some quick stretching here. Switch. Then let's end with here the handcuff. Kind of throwing those shoulders back. Kind of almost want to open up the chest at the same time. We're going to do one of my favorites, the Valley Waiter. Toes up. It's going to feel the stretch all the way down. And we're working that shoulder mobility as well. Good. Nice and slow coming up. Other side. Hinging those hips back. And we kind of squeeze them forward as we stand up.